All right, how important are isometric contractions when it comes to building muscle size or hypertrophy? Well, we're not going to make this some sort of sciencey conversation here. Frankly, as much as I like science, I think it's too easy to get hung up in the weeds on that stuff. Building muscle, frankly, is not that complicated. What we need to do is create enough stimulus in our reps and our sets and overall workload in our workout to create the necessary stimulus to build muscle. So, in other words, make the muscle work hard and it will grow. So I will share with you 3 ways that I use isometrics to make the muscle work harder. First one, instead of just coming up to the top of the peak of the contraction and immediately going down into that eccentric phase, I like to pause just for a moment here at the top. So this is going to be an isometric contraction just for a second. Why? Well, because I feel a good, strong contraction. I feel like I am firing more muscle fibers there. And ultimately, that's what you need to learn how to do when it comes to building muscle, is learn how to feel, because science and mechanics or technique won't teach you how to feel. That's something you need to learn to do for yourself. So for me personally, I feel a good, strong contraction there at the top, and I feel like I'm making the muscle work hard. So second way that I use isometrics is actually at the very bottom of the range of motion. So instead of just letting the weight come here and dangle at the bottom where I'm able to rest, I actually stop just short and keep constant tension on that muscle the entire time. Again, I don't want to rest just so I can sling up another weight, because I don't care how many reps I'm doing. I care how hard I'm making that muscle work. And by holding that little bit of an isometric contraction at the bottom, I'm making the muscle work harder. What is the third way? Well, this is one that I don't do all the time. This is more of an intensity boosting technique. I like to do this when I have a training partner, someone to spot me, and that's when doing negatives. So you have to remember that we are stronger in the eccentric phase than we are the concentric. So if someone can help us with a heavier weight than we can control on the concentric, we can actually fight those on the negative. So we're actually trying to hold that contraction isometrically, but the resistance is forcing the muscle to elongate. So that's actually creating a bit of muscle damage there, which is a trigger for muscle growth. So we're not just doing negatives and counting it arbitrarily like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you're trying to hold that as long as you can. And like I said, the resistance is ultimately pulling and lengthening that muscle. So that's the third way that I use isometrics in my own training. The first 2, I do every single set. Matter of fact, I do every single rep to try to make every rep, every set, every workout as hard as possible. And like I said, at the end of the day, you can go in there, work hard, which, remember, working out, the root word is work. Go in there, work hard, create enough stimulus, and your muscles will grow. And isometrics are just another tool that you can use to create that kind of stimulus or that workload.